Hildebrand am signing the lifetime waiver whenever I'm with Cleetus McFarland at his house. At the Freedom Factory.
Oh! Pushes. Yo! No!
In his cars. If I die, it ain't on him. It ain't on nobody. It's on me. Just so you guys know, look at these eyes. So this is a true statement by Justin Hildebrand, JH Diesel, JH2. I am here to stay. This is my waiver I'm signing right now. Do not. I'm tired of signing waivers, wearing wristbands. Play this at my funeral.
Hell yeah, brother. You're on the Cleetus McFarland YouTube channel.
Hey, you know what you're doing?
Look.
Nice.
What do you think of that, brother?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we need you to LS swap it. That's why we're here. Howdy, friends.
Howdy.
What's going on?
I'm hating Corvettes right now, if I'm being honest.
I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain. Ooh, El Camino. Today, guys, we're here to drop off some parts to Kevin for the El Camino because he is ready to put some turbos on this thing, hang some turbos. So we brought some TURBSKIES with us. First things first, guys, as you can tell, we're at Kevin's shop. And I know y'all are at home and all you watch Race Week. I think we need to give a round of applause for Kevin because Leroy and Ruby did so good on Race Week, and I think a lot of that credit goes to Kevin and his suspension tuning and EFI tuning because, dude, it was crushing. So it was pretty awesome. Well done. I mean, Ruby and Leroy have never gone A to B that many times back to back ever in their whole lives. So that was cool. And also, Kevin, we need to make sure you go next year, whether it's in this or something. Yeah, we need to make sure Kevin makes it out. But guys, we're here at Kevin's shop because we are working on the Elco today. We have TURBSKIES to figure out where you want to put them because when we started the Elco project and decided to bring it to Kevin's shop, I told him maximum functionality instead of maximum ridiculousness, which we normally do. So we want to run a 6-second pass to this car, so it's up to you where the turbos go. Where are you thinking?
Well, depending on, like I'm kind of looking at, this part over here because I've used those headers quite a few times. So if we do that, they could end up kind of low in here and we could maybe duct some air through somewhere.
Put a good sized radiator for
we take
race week and everything.
Yeah, we'd lay a radiator down because the bottom of this could get cut out, and then we put the radiator down a little bit lower, kind of make our own,
cut some holes in the bumper if we had to. The thing is, guys, we're using this on race week and drag week because that's like our favorite type of event now. So Kevin's setting up the tanks and everything himself so that we won't be disconnecting lines like we are on Leroy and Ruby. More than likely, we'll just be turning a valve and it'll be done onto the next tank. So,
well, I've had the thought because you're having an intake done, right?
Yeah.
What if we just did 2 sets of injectors?
Ooh.
And one,
that'd be too easy.
One tune runs the baby injectors for riding around on the street. And then the other tune is the big boys.
That would be real trick.
All you'd have to do is I would pop the belt off the mechanical pump.
Yeah.
That'd be the only switch you flip the switch, pop the belt off so you're not just spinning the belt, wearing the pump out.
That's a really interesting idea.
And then you use just little cheapy injectors. Now it won't make any power on the street tune, but that's a good thing. Keeps you out of trouble on the street.
I know. That's the nice thing about Leroy and Ruby being on the gas tune. James and I both know we can't do anything dumb, so there's no trailer burnouts, which kind of sucks, but also we don't blow them up on the street.
True.
I'm okay with that.
We could still make them make like 1,000 horsepower pretty easily, just with like a good pump in the tank, like one of those new 550 Hellcat pumps or 525 Hellcat pumps.
Well, we're gonna have plenty of turbos, so I think we should open those up and at least get them out and look at them.
Yep.
All right.
The opening has started.
All right. So as you guys know, we've used precision turbos on all of our projects. These are Gen 2 8685s, and we're gonna have 2 of these babies hooked up to some sort of Texas speed motor that they're putting together. But twin 86s. So Ruby's got a single 88. This is twin 86s. It should be plenty to make 2,000 horsepower, which is kind of, what do you think?
Like 25?
25. Plenty to make 2,000. If Kevin needs 2,500 to get us to a 6, this guy is going to be the one kind of managing how the Elco is ran and what we do to achieve our goals.
Suspension wise, chassis wise.
Yeah. The whole way I've talked to Kevin on the turbo sizing and things like that.
Yep.
This is actually a little bit bigger of a turbo than he originally wanted to do. But you know how it sometimes
The opportunity presented itself to
yeah,
go bigger.
we got some 86s, so I'm pretty excited.
I like the exhaust housing. That'll make the fabrication
It's
easy.
a good size frame. It's not like crazy big turbo looking.
No,
like,
they're not ridiculous. And it's all V-band, which definitely makes Kevin's life easy.
Yep.
But they're not massive, right? So they're not a huge weight to support. They'll fit in a good spot, and they'll put out some serious steam. So
was that a stainless back housing on there too?
Looks like it.
Yeah, so it's not going to get all oxidized.
Yep.
That's nice.
Did you get all of the clamps?
Pretty light.
Yeah, it was not bad at all.
Yeah, I got all the clamps. I got all the clamps, and then the blow-off valves, and the wastegates. Let me get the other turbs key out there. I want to. Oh, look at there, folks. Got our big old precision wastegates there too. Same ones that we run on Leroy, and also we have one on Ruby.
Careful. Careful.
I have dropped a turbo before. I'll be 100% real with you guys. I dropped one of Leroy's original 64 66s, and it survived.
Yeah.
How high did I drop it from? Maybe a 2 foot?
It was hard to say because you dropped it on Jeremy.
I had it like sitting on a chair like this, and I knocked it off the chair. Like,
Just like that?
yeah, actually that, exactly. Let's get that off that chair.
Just this situation right here?
Dude, it happened.
Yeah, it's worth it. Sorry if you can't hear, but we needed it.
It is warm up here.
Woohoo! There you go.
I'll do it, brother. They do look small.
They're not like massive looking turbo housings. Like they're very.
I've gotten over that stage in my life though, when I just wanted the biggest looking turbo ever. I'm at the point where I want to go real fast. I want to go 6 seconds fast. And this is the right turbo for it.
All right.
So the problem with going to like just massive turbo like 105s or something crazy is if you have to pedal it, or you know, these are going to react really fast. Just 2 massive turbos isn't going to get us the goals we want. I mean, it would. It might be a little harder to manage, but this is a super efficient setup. It's probably going to be a 427, but it should be very responsive. It'd be sick to see them in the grill, having something like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick too.
Well, because I'm totally cool laying the radiator down even flattish, and then like doing like some kind of under scoop.
You don't want to do them pro mod style back here?
I don't really have the pro mod.
No, I'm kidding. We don't need it.
Well, like something like that, I feel like, and then you can get a big radiator up front. Yeah, the piping and doing all the air to water right on top of the engine saves a lot of stuff, which you're probably going to be through the hood, or do you have a really tall hood?
No, we got a pretty tall hood. Okay. So it's got a big cowl, like a 4-inch cowl.
We got to leave room for filters on them too. Yeah.
For the street driving, we can always put turbo guards on them though.
Yeah, turbo guards.
I think we're going to have to let you brainstorm on it, huh? Put the engine in.
Yeah, and it'll be a little bit of a process.
Yeah.
Like to test some things out.
And Kevin's got a mock-up motor he's going to stick in here. We won't have our motor for a couple weeks, but we'll have the motor and the Frankenstein intake in a couple weeks, and we'll bring it back up. But for now, it's just using a mock-up motor. So you're thinking kind of like these headers where they run forward?
Yeah, that's a relatively cheap header, and for yours, like this is a single turbo deal, and I neck it down to 2 1/4.
Oh wow! Yeah.
But they come 3-inch, so we can. That's a 3-inch inlet.
Yeah.
So we would just be able to go right into the turbos.
Well, that'd be pretty nice.
And you can kind of see how everything arranges, and that's a cheap set of headers from Flowtech does.
Hell yeah, that'd be reasonable. I like how those look.
Yeah.
We might just have to modify our motor plate a little bit.
Yeah, and so
That's no big deal though.
On that car, I talk, that's a little thin right there, so I bring up an extra mount from the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So that's a motor plate mount right there.
Sweet.
That comes up, so it's tied together high and low.
Yeah.
And if this ended up being the same thing,
Beautiful.
it wouldn't be that big a deal to make that. You know, I can just make a bracket come up here, come up. and catch the bottom of the motor plate.
We could probably win the unlimited class at race week if we get this thing done right.
How fast was that this year?
I think it was something like mid to high 7.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, if we could run a bottom 7 all week, that would be sick.
Yeah.
And the best part is we don't need a trailer because we got a freaking bed back there.
First place went like what, 740 at 200.
Yeah. All right, so we'll give you some time on the turbo placement. Next time we come back up with the engine, you'll probably have a better idea.
Yeah. So you want me to get the mock-up motor in it?
Yeah, I think that would be.
And you said everything's standard deck. It's not going to be a tall deck engine.
Nope.
So.
No. And then we got the transmission back here if you want to see it real quick.
Yeah, I remember seeing that at some point.
It's just a rad unit in person, man.
Big long.
Yeah.
Big long. Holy moly, that's a long sucker.
Pretty cool.
It's gonna be a little short drive shaft.
Yep. And then here's the one of the cross members. Here's all the hardware.
Okay.
And the other cross members on the transmission still, so it's pretty easy to set up.
Sweet.
And then the controllers for the gear bender are over there.
Yeah, so I got you a rack right there. We'll put all your stuff on that rack, kind of how I do all these other things. Keeps everybody's stuff kind of side to side.
Beautiful. Converter.
Your converter? Okay.
Yep. Talk about everything else we need. Some Holley stuff.
That, if you guys wanted to take that back, I'm going to make you an engine harness. So it's like everything's like perfectly fit. And
hell yeah.
You can take that for one of the other projects.
I love Kevin just has to have it perfect, so he's gonna make his own harness. That's what I'm talking about right there, brother. And then there's a couple things we didn't bring, so like the rear window and all that, we'll put it back together when we get it back from you.
Yep.
And
yeah, little things like that. I've got
to mount a passenger seat. That's the only other thing.
I got some brake lines, some stainless brake line I'd ordered for some other projects. Went ahead and ordered that.
Oh, beautiful.
For this, and so you'll have stainless brake lines.
And you're even doing stuff like line lock controlled by the computer and off a brake pressure sensor.
Yep. Yeah. The Holley is going to trigger the brake lights. It's going to trigger it'll basically allow a little bit of pressure to be in the line lock when you're bumping, so it doesn't do that like rocking and everything.
Yes, like Ruby.
Yeah. So all that'll be. I mean, it's how we've done Soccer Mom and a few other cars.
Okay.
And it just makes it to where it's you hit the bump and it just creeps forward nice and soft, and then as soon as you let off the bump, it doesn't rock at all.
Hell
it stops and you're in the beams right where you need to be.
Beautiful. All right. Well, we'll let you be, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I started talking hovercraft with the boys, forgot to film an outro, so thanks for watching Dude for Dale. We'll freaking see you later.